All right, and in a major development just coming in, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has apologized for firing on regional countries. This even as Tehran continues its attacks on them. He said that Iran will not carry out attacks or missile strikes against neighboring countries unless an attack against Iran originates from those countries. However, we are seeing the strikes continue. This is Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian's statement, which has just come out saying that he is apologizing for firing on regional countries, even as Tehran continues its attacks. I have Siddhant with me here in the newsroom as well. Siddhant, that's a major development. He says that they will not fire until there is a direct fire from these regional countries, but we are seeing that the strikes have continued.
Well, that's right. In fact, from day one, this has been the position of Iran. This is not something which they are saying for the first time. In fact, 2 days back, if I'm not mistaken, Foreign Minister Arakshi also said that that we are not here to fire at our friendly Gulf countries. We are only targeting U.S. air bases, U.S. military assets, and U.S. diplomatic premises. They also said that some of the civilian areas were targeted, to which Iranians have to say him that that those civilian areas house U.S. personnel, U.S. Like I remember one of the buildings were hit in Dubai or someplace, and they said that that premises, that particular floor belongs to CIA. So that is what Iranians are claiming whenever some civilian infrastructure is hit. And the second story which they are floating is that that whether it's a debris falling on the airport or at some civilian area, that is because of there could be two scenarios. One, that those are not the precision strikes. And second, that is what Iranians are saying. Second, that it got intercepted, so debris fell at various places. So from day one, their position has been very clear that we are not targeting the civilian areas. But the Americans and Israelis, and in fact what the Gulf countries are saying, because the other day when Iranians spoke to the Qatari leadership, in fact, Qatari leadership was very upset, and they rejected all their claims.
Increasing risk to the civilians as well, even though they may claim that these are targeted or precision strikes, that risk remains and it's very real for the people in these countries. That being said, we also heard from Masoud Pezeshkian saying that the United States and Israel must take their wish for a complete surrender to their graves. So clearly all sides are unrelenting here. This entire war shows no signs of abating anytime soon. Siddhant, going forward, what is it really going to take for all sides to come to the negotiating table? Because at this moment, that looks like a highly unlikely prospect.
Well, that's right. So there is very little room left for diplomacy. All we could see is that Russia and China are trying to offer some kind of a mediation, as they are friends with most of these countries, and they have good relations with Iran, good cooperation with Iran. So they are trying to step in as far as diplomacy is concerned. In fact, India also witnessed some kind, I won't say some kind of a diplomacy regarding Iran, but yes, yesterday when I was there at the Raisina dialogue, so Norwegian Deputy Foreign Minister met Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister on the sidelines of the Raisina summit. That was perhaps for the first time in media glare, in presence of media, this meeting took place. Even I was also standing right outside the cabana where this meeting took place. So India also kind of hosted, tried to be a part of some kind of a dialogue, talks, which could, if at all, can happen. And that happened in New Delhi yesterday.